The second is cost. Obviously, if you go out and buy your own card management system or even upgrade your own, our experience is that if you're going to upgrade one that is EMV chip issuing, and what we looked at when we considered our options in the marketplace, just about everybody is going to charge you a new license fee for that. And particularly if you want the PA DSS certified, another jargon, but PA DSS is really taking the software component of PCI, and the obligation is actually on the manufacturers of the software to give you a compliant software system. So one of the things you'd ask for if you're looking right now for a new card management system, ask whether it's PA DSS compliant and see it, look for the certification. Because if it isn't, you can't pass your PCI certification in the medium term. And the reason I say that is that PCI gives you some leeway on your first audit, but beyond that you will have to adhere 100% to the requirements. The second part, as I mentioned to you on the cost side, is not just the cost of the card management system, but then the cost of the PCI DSS. Now, one of the things that people ask us often is if Paynet's done PCI DSS, does that mean as a customer we don't have to do anything? And in most cases, the answer to that is yes. On credit card, almost certainly yes. On debit card, it does depend a little bit on your setup. There may be some things that you have to do if you are letting card data fall into the open, as it were. But the relative scale compared to what I've just shown you is infinitesimally small. But it does need to be considered. It won't, from a certification perspective, make a difference, but it will from a real-life perspective. The next one is risk. What people are starting to realize, I suppose, is that as we again move to EMV chip, the preponderance of fraud is going to be internal or data center, as I said. And one of the simple benefits of outsourcing your card processing is you take that risk and give it to us. If there's fraud internal fraud on a system that we own and operate, the liability doesn't sit with the bank, it sits with us, and it's up to us to ensure that. So again, I think if you looked at some of the industry statistics, you could probably justify on risk prevention and passing risk, you could justify our costs in one hit. And then, as I said there, just that active fraud management, I can't re-emphasize that enough in terms of how aggressively we've pursued fraud using both process as well as the TSYS technology fraud guard in the past years. And we've literally had, I remember a 12-month period when there wasn't a single card fraud on our systems. I don't think many institutions could say that. And then finally, quality. So we're not just fast, we're good. We've really, when we put this team together, we put together the dream team in terms of card processing. And we are very, very proud of the reputation that we have for quality in the marketplace. And I think the second part is that as you implement something new like EMV, there's always a learning curve. But if any institution says today, yep, we want to issue our cards with Paynet, well, you're going to be at very best third in our projects. And that means that we will have learnt not only on our own implementation of EMV Chip, but two others. And you know what a difference it makes when the people implementing on both sides, both from the technical as well as process and operations, know what they're doing. It makes such a big difference to a project.